Okay, so I have like bad news, good news. Bad news is still haven't played with this. Bad news is my office is still messy. Good news is I'm not wearing my pajamas. It's just been one of those crazy days where time just gets away on you. You know what I mean? Before you know it, you're looking at the watch, it's like 4 o'clock and you really haven't done anything. There's one thing I really don't like doing, like at all. I'm not good at it and it takes me 10 times longer than anybody else. Paperwork. Administrative things and paperwork. My brain is not wired that way. I can't focus on it for too long. It just gives me a headache. And every time I have to sit down and put together a huge document of some sort for whatever reason, it just gives me a headache. And all day has been filled doing nothing but that. So that means I'm just starting the vlog now. I got pizza with my son. We've been duped into getting pizza by my wife. And she says, can you go get pizza because Jacob wants pizza? So I walked upstairs, I go into Jacob's room and I said, Mama told me you want pizza. And Jacob said, she told you I want pizza? I never said I want pizza, but we're here getting pizza anyway. Let's get going. So I've got my computer right here behind you, and I received an email today from an agent, Vincent, and I'm not gonna get into his last name or anything like that. He sent me a private email because it was a private communication, but I'll read the email such that you have no idea who this agent is, because a lot of people actually ask the same questions. But before I read the email and answer it, there's a huge misconception with regards to putting out content and how it works. One of the biggest questions / complaints or comments, however you want to phrase that or see that, is agents will email me and they will say something along these lines. I've been putting out content, but I'm getting no business from it. That's the gist of it. And they think just because you put out content like a video, you're naturally somehow going to attract buyers or sellers. The one thing you have to understand is putting out content is a piece of the puzzle. There is a whole ecosystem of what actually goes into it. I think when agents hear me say put out content, they think, well, that's it. 100% of my business is literally putting out content. And if I put out content, magically, I'm going to make more money and buyers and sellers are going to fall onto my lap. That's not how it works. You see, putting out content or videos like that is the top of the funnel. A funnel is a process from A to Z that brings an individual from not knowing you to getting to know you to starting to know, like, and trust you to then maybe becoming your client that you can help. It's a whole system. Like, people think of a funnel kind of like this. So at the very top of the funnel is content. You have to attract people with content, whether it's videos or podcasts or emails, blogs, vlogs. It doesn't matter how you go about the content. It just matters that you're reaching the right people in the right channels with the right information. So content is free information that anybody at the top of the funnel has access to. And the content is very personal. It's not very much business driven as much. It's like an 80-20 rule where most of it should be information for people where they get to know you as a person, as a human being, where you're not shoving business down their throat. So it's like Gary Vaynerchuk says, jab, 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 right hook. That's the ratio of the content, personal versus business. So majority of your content is actually personal and a smaller percentage is business, where you're actually going out there and making your content purposeful, meaning that piece of content is meant to attract a buyer or seller to bring them further down the funnel. That's what it is, because there's a misconception that you put out content and somebody magically is going to go from not knowing you to somehow contacting or calling you to say, hey, can you be my agent? Now, does that happen occasionally? Yeah, it does. And it has happened to me. But don't rely on that being 100% of your business, because that's simply not how it works. There is a progression. People have to get to know you, like you, and trust you, and that is done through content. If done correctly, you can speed up the process, but let's face it, if your content really sucks you're actually repelling people and not attracting them. I'm going to give you some examples of great content, and I guess I should kind of read that email that's on my computer screen. Do you know any good real estate vlogs from agents? I see a ton of investors or this or that, but no really agents doing it. Sebastian, your vlog is great. Thank you. But, what do you mean but? But I want to see more of an agent really doing it in sales. Or maybe that is where I am mistaken. Is it not as focused on properties as it is on life of an agent? And so this is really what I was talking about, where some agents think that the content should be 100% real estate driven. Let me paint another picture for you. Have you watched a series on TV, Orange County Choppers, OCC? I used to love watching that show. So what is the show really about? It should be really about building motorcycles.
I'm having trouble with the connection. A motorcycle, often called a bike, motorbike, or cycle, is a 2- or 3-wheeled motor vehicle. Should I keep going?
Yes.
Motorcycle design varies greatly to suit a range of different. Joining a motorcycle club and attending motorcycle rallies.
Siri, can I get back to shooting my vlog?
Sorry, I couldn't find anything called shooting my vlog.
Can I get back to shooting my video? Oh yeah, now she's quiet. Oh yeah, OCC. So the show you would think would be about making motorcycles. And yes, they make motorcycles in that show. But why do people watch the show? It's probably not for the motorcycles for the most part, I would guess. It's for watching Junior and Senior constantly argue with each other.
You are the most inconsistent, unreliable person in this.
It's the drama that sells. It's the relationships. It's the people. It's the characters. Wide variety of characters in that show. That's why I watch it. And I'm willing to bet if you watch it, you're probably watching it for that reason. So think back to real estate. If you're a real estate agent and you want to start creating content, video content like this, for example, and all your content is driven by real estate, meaning every single topic is about real estate. Yeah, that's good. I mean, if you were to start somewhere and you don't know what to do, sure, you can make it 100% real estate. There's nothing wrong with that. However, if you only make your content about real estate, who is going to watch your content? Maybe people that are currently wanting to buy a home or sell a home, which is like 1% of 1% of the market at any given time. So you're losing a huge audience. But with content, what you want to do is create an audience, a following, a tribe of people that are watching you, whether they are thinking about buying or selling, whether they are or not. Because sooner or later, when these people buy or sell, you want them to think of you. So therefore, should 100% of your content be real estate driven? Absolutely not. It should be life or lifestyle driven. That's the best kind of content, because then you're not always selling yourself or your services. You're not doing the right hook constantly. It should be jab, 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 right hook. But if you're only putting out 100% real estate content, it's like you're walking around giving the right hook. People are just going to start walking away from you saying, this agent, he or she's constantly selling. So yes, it is lifestyle driven. I hope that makes sense. On top of that, I pulled out a couple of YouTube channels because in your question, you wanted to get some examples. So I've got some up on my screen that I want to show you. Okay, so if you're familiar with the show $1 Million Listing, there's an agent on there called Ryan Serhart. There's his YouTube channel. Go look him up and you can see he does regular vlogs. I'll play 2 seconds for you.
Scenes are the best, kind of everything. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feedback. I always ask for that, but seriously, email me, ryan@ryanserhant.com. Leave comments, like, subscribe.
So there you go. Nowhere in that video right there is he talking about real estate. It's pretty much lifestyle driven because he wants his audience to get to know him, like him, and trust him. Here's another one that I wanted to show you. Josh Altman. another guy from $1 Million Listing. I believe this guy's out in the West Coast, and you could see he just put his camera up on a tripod and he's talking about life and answering questions from viewers. I'll play a few seconds.
Successful people before us that we can learn from. We learn stuff all the time, every day, in every...
And I just hope that YouTube doesn't take my video down, because that's not my content that I was shooting. So I hope that answers your questions. When you're creating content, remember that just because you produce a piece and throw it out into the interwebs, it doesn't mean a flock of buyers and sellers are going to start raining down on you. There is madness in this formula. You have to know how to do it correctly, and you have to think like a marketer. And that is the biggest thing, is you have to stop thinking like a real estate agent. Take that hat off and put on the hat of a marketer, because now you look at every piece of content that you put out as a marketer. What is my audience going to think when I put out that piece of content? Are they going to think I'm some agent just trying to make a sale? Or are they going to look at that piece of content and go, huh, I like him, or I like her? We keep people that are salespeople kind of further away until we kind of get to know them, like them, and trust them. And when we start trusting a person, we'll do business with them. And the fastest way of trusting somebody is to create personal content. So most of your content, more than 50% of it definitely, should be a jab, jab, jab type of content, meaning give, give, give. Don't ask for anything in return. You have to gain the trust of your audience first. You have to build that tribe first. That's the first level. So I hope that makes sense. And I will get more into further down the funnel as I create more of these videos. Have an awesome day.